Hi guys, so it's me, G from G-Dubs. I'm doing some little spotlights. Got these off of eBay, they were about £30. I've got 6 of them. They come with these funky little covers that spin on the top of those. They're 12 volt, there's 6 of them that all have these little connectors, and they connect into these, to a junction box which is just there. So there's 3 that go on either side, and then there's a little power supply that goes in that, which is basically 12 volt. I've already basically put 2 in at the rear, 2 in at the centre, and I've put 1 in at the far end. I'm very happy to say we've been investing in the channel, so I've got a secondary camera, if I wave to it just here, which we're going to try and make use of as well. What we are going to do is show you basically how we've been doing these, where the units are at the back. Just here, I didn't want to have these lights too near the edge, and also I didn't want them all in different points on the ceiling, so I basically measured these in. They're about 30-35 centimetres in from the edge of the board. There's a gap in the middle between each of them of about 56 centimetres. Putting them along the middle, they should all be in a fairly similar line, and then I've just measured them all sort of about 3 or 4 centimetres in from each of these edges, and then the one that I've got down this far end, it's in about 30 odd centimetres from there, and there'll be 56 centimetres between this one and this one in my hand, which I'm going to fit around about here. So I know that I want this 56 centimetres from the edge of this one, so if I just hold that up there, okay, that's 56, so that's 56 centimetres just there. And then what I do, if I hold that with that hand, you'll be amazed at the amount of things a man can do with 2 hands. It's phenomenal. Okay, that is 7 centimetres from the edge. So if I just bring that out to there, and I need to make a hole around about here for the wire. So if I just lift that off, and then what I'm going to do with this screwdriver, I'm just going to push this through. Now you might want to use a smaller screwdriver, which I was doing initially, just to make a little guide hole. If you just keep twisting that through, you get a nice little hole. Now when you get to this point, just pull your panel down, because you don't want to push so hard you push your screwdriver right up into the like metal at the top and then make a dent. So I've now got a hole in that panel. Well, just push that through, feed it all the way through, and so I know where my hole is roughly. In each of these things you get a little pack of screws. These screws just here, you can see them if I put them in my face, it'll focus. And so we want to get 2 of these. I'm basically going to measure again that gap, 56 centimetres from light to light, and then the 7 centimetres just from the edge, and then I'm just going to screw that in nice and tight. Okay, then what we're going to do is holding this in place. Be careful not to catch any of the diodes, and then you just basically want to try and hold that quite steady, and then screw that in. Now underneath these, basically these are the original like cardboard boards. This isn't plywood that I've got up here, so you want to treat it carefully. That's the only reason I've obviously been able to go through it with a screwdriver. If these were ply, I'd have had to have drilled a hole, and then we're going to do that again. Voila, and that's in. Then the only thing to do after that is get your little covers. There we go. And once they're on, they're on. Voila. Okay, so what I'm now going to do is once I've connected all these into that little white box that I've got just here, I'm going to run all of the cables along this centre channel so that they come out around the back of the unit. So one of the things that we've done is on the end of the lights, there's a little lead that plugs in. If I just show you that here, It's got one lead that goes into that little white junction box. It's literally just up behind here. And on the end of that, I've cut them off, but there was basically a cigarette lighter. So I just cut that off, because what I want to do, I want to use just like the 12-volt wires. I'm not interested in it going into a cigarette lighter. I'm just going to basically splice in some extra wiring so that this can run down to the switch that I've got on my units to be able to turn the lights on and off. One of the cool things I have done is used a little 9-volt battery. It's a great way to test whether your 12 volts are working. Some of you might have seen in other videos, I've got a little USB thing that was in the unit just here, and that was a single gang. That was this one, and what I want to do is I want to replace it with this one, which is a double, so that I can have the USB in one side, and then in the other side I can have this little double switch. So one side's going to do my plinth lights, which I think you might be able to see just running along the bottom of the lights, and the other one is going to do these lights which are on the ceiling, so the little LED lights that I've got 6 of those, not loads, just 6. And so what I need to do is just cut that. So the way I'm going to do that, having just checked it, I've got this. Woo-hoo! Dangerous. So I'm going to use this to just in the side there make another little hole. Okay, so hopefully you're not going to see me kill anyone or myself as we go through this. So I've got it all lined up. I've put myself a little pilot hole in the middle. I'm happy with where that's going. So next we're just going to pop this in and we're going to route this out. Dusty business. So I promised I would show you with a 9-volt battery how to test your electrics, things like your lights, LED lights, stuff like that. This is the positive and the negative. I'm not sure if you can really see it that well. It did have a cigarette lighter attached to the bottom of it. If I connect this up using this as crudely as that, so you can see that power coming on and off. So there we go, a little 9-volt battery. They're great for just testing your electrical wires and stuff. It's really good if you're getting to the point where you just want to check that they're working. You've got them all stuck into the ceiling and you're like, actually, before I commit to some of the hard wiring some of this in and concealing it all, ideally you do the wiring before you've done all of this retrimming and stuff. I hadn't done it because I needed this functional as a family vehicle beforehand, and now I've just got to the point where I'm kitting it all out and get sort of final finishing touches. But yeah, one of these is great because then you know at least it's working, and then you can obviously wire it in wherever. So what I'm going to do is those 2 little wires that I just connected this to, I'm going to just extend that down to the 2-gang socket, and then that's going to basically just run off of the Sargent EC-160. So there we go, a little bit of cutting later, and we've stuck both of those on. So as you can see, there's the switches. They're on there. I just need to wire them in. It's obviously a bit dusty. I'll tidy that up in a minute. But yeah, so that looks quite smart. It's all nice and level. There we go. The 2 switches fitted. The lights on the ceiling installed as well. So please do like, share, comment up on the channel. It's great. We're really encouraged by how it's growing, so thank you so much for that. Also check out our website, www.gwcampers.com. You can check out things on there. If you're a company, you want me to do any product testing, anything to do with camper vans or anything else, actually, I'd be well up for that. And if you're someone just like me having a go at doing their van or interested in it, then I do hope that this video has been helpful for you. Don't forget to check out the wiring of the EC-160. I'll give you a little glimpse of it actually. So yeah, look at that beauty, the EC-160. There'll be a video very shortly showing all of the wiring that we're doing. It's kind of like a little mini series, all the wiring bits separately, and then lastly actually wiring that in. So don't forget to check that out. Cheers guys.